You're welcome to another edition of Hashtag, where we bring you all the juicy stories from the past week in social media. I am Korede Aziz. Ondo State gubernatorial elections held on Saturday, 26 November, with APC's candidate Rotimi Akeredolu emerging the winner. Let's rewind to the pre-election debate, from which APC candidate was noticeably absent. Clearly, Akeredolu's absence from the debate didn't affect his chances at the polls at all. At some point, when the election results were being announced, as Otumba7 tweeted, Akeredolu that didn't attend debate last week, winning already. Hashtag Ondo decides. Not long after the debate, Eyitayo Jegede finally got the PDP ticket instead of Jimoh Ibrahim, leaving him with only a few days to campaign, although Jegede was still pretty confident that he would win. Of course, he didn't win, but then, less than 2 hours to the end of election day, Jackson Ude tweeted, PDP is currently leading, looking sure to win, but by tomorrow morning, INEC would release another result for APC. As Eloka51 did take our time to correct his notion though. He says PDP is not leading. Take a look at this tweet by another PDP supporter, Ebube the Statesman. He says, it's Black Friday and INEC is doing everything possible to sell Ondo Decides on discounts to APC. Same team that rigged Edo, now in Akure. It is almost as if Mr. Kermit directed this tweet at those with similar convictions as Ebube. If APC wins, Buhari rigged. If PDP wins, Mimiko rigged. If AD wins, Tinubu rigged. This will be the opposition's narrative. Now let's take a glance at the comments at some of the live results of the election. At Prince Meek 19 says, our result was like Kano in 2015 election when GE Giants were hoping. It came and dashed their hopes and they became despair. Hashtag Ondo Decides. Of course, it was expected as Akeredolu hails from Owo. Take a look at the results from that local government area. APC Nigeria got over 32,000 votes, while the PDP got only 4,000 votes. And according to D. Olusegun, with scores at APC 11, PDP 2, and AD 1, the only thing that can make PDP win now is if Wike arrives in time with Rivers' votes. Hashtag Ondo Decides. Talking about Rivers, Otumba Asiwaju compares elections in the state to Ondo Decides. He says, Ondo election, peaceful, no gunshot, no kidnapping. Rivers election, be like war film. But let's blame INEC. And take a look at Dramatic One's tweet. He says, ordinary senatorial election in Rivers and Bayelsa, you will hear 100 die, 250 injured. Look at Ondo and Edo. At Mikey Sunny is clearly not surprised as a result, as he says, this is the kind of result you get after failing to pay your workers for 7 months. And at Hitty_ doesn't think anyone should waste their time bashing Mimiko, as he tweets, Mimiko will soon join APC and Mr. President will give him an appointment. Don't waste your time bashing him. As for the other candidates, at Obi Speaks says, INEC, please give us the results for APC and PDP alone. Let other parties check their results on Linda Ikeji's blog. And Simon says, where are the okay people? Please, has anyone checked on OK to see if he is okay? And finally, at Legal Hermit retweeted at Musadik Z. Congratulations to Olushola Oke of AD for winning the Ondo gubernatorial elections. Now, if you don't understand this tweet, then, well, sorry. We'll take a break now, and when we return, Fidel Castro, villain or hero?
An overwhelming 87% of 61 voters said yes.
Fidel Castro died on Friday, aged 90. Following the former Cuban president's death, the world seemed divided about Fidel Castro's status as a revolutionary hero or a ruthless villain. New York Times says he brought the Cold War to the Western Hemisphere, bedeviled 11 American presidents, and briefly pushed the world to the brink of a nuclear war. He has also been accused of setting up a vicious totalitarian regime responsible for unfair trials, arbitrary imprisonment, and thousands of extrajudicial executions. On the other hand, Castro equalized salaries, halved rents for poor people, provided free education and healthcare, and played huge roles in African liberation struggles, including apartheid in Southern Africa. Some celebrated his death, like this Cuban-American community from Miami. And I'll take a look at John Fugelsang's tweet. He says, "It's cute that 2016 thinks Fidel Castro's death can make up for Bowie, Prince, Chandling, Merle, Ali, Wilder, Rickman, Cohen, and Mrs. Brady." But then if we scroll down, you see @Coley_Jake replies him saying, "Whether you like him or not, he achieved more than all of the above." And this basically reflects the reactions to Castro's death. On one side, he was praised. On the other side, not so much. It's not just Coley that thinks he was such a great achiever. Nobel Peace Laureate Kailash Satyarthi says, "The world has lost a hero who inspired millions to fight for their rights, a champion of children's rights to education. R.I.P. Fidel Castro." There are also those who admitted that Castro was a double-edged sword, like International Aid Plus, who says, "I can't take up for the US, but Castro did kill thousands of Cubans. He isn't pure hero or villain. He's got some good and bad." And Bombs Fall says, "Fidel Castro was many things: villain, hero, otaku." And Tariq Nasheed asks, "Can anyone tell me what Fidel Castro did to people in Cuba that is not being done to black people in America right now without trolling?" Now let's take a look at some of the replies to his tweet. Poet and Wars says, "Well, he put gays and trans people into re-education camps. He prevents 75+% of his people from modern technology beyond 1960. And then take a look at what Sterling says. He says, "He didn't do half of the things the USA does to us here. They hate him for not allowing white supremacy. Period." And then Poet and War still had something to say. He says, "He forced those with a different political opinion to get killed or hop on a boat out of the country." To which Sterling replies saying, "The United States sanctions prevented that. The nuclear subs and the trade embargo prevented that. But nice try." Now let's take a look at what Andy Lipa says. He says, "Just when you thought 2016 could not get any more ironic, Fidel Castro died on Black Friday, the most capitalist day there is." When President Obama released a statement on Castro's death, Jeb Bush quoted it tweeting, "Failing to mention that millions have suffered because of Fidel Castro is a tragedy." Let's look more closely at Obama's statement, shall we? "At this time of Fidel Castro's passing, we extend a hand of friendship to the Cuban people. We know that this moment fills Cubans in Cuba and in the United States with powerful emotions, recalling the countless ways in which Fidel Castro altered the course of individual lives, families, and of the Cuban nation. History will record and judge the enormous impact of this singular figure on the people and the world around him." Honestly, after reading this, it's hard to agree with Jeb Bush. This statement just sounds like Obama being Obama. Donald Trump also had something to say about Castro's death. In a very concise tweet, he said, "Fidel Castro is dead." By the way, this tweet got 53,000 retweets and over 90,000 likes as at 2:08 p.m. on Saturday. Now take a look at some of the replies. Sugarman Speaks asks, "That's all you have to say? Did you think of that all by yourself? Brilliant. LOL." And Mr. 3X Game says, "Thanks, Captain Obvious." Jeffrey Gotterman asks Trump, "Have you sent your condolences to Putin yet?" And see what Vice President-elect Mike Pence had to say. "If you need evidence Trump is a good man, see that all his critics are now praising Fidel Castro." And when Nigeria's president released a statement on Castro through his Twitter handle, he got these replies. Mukhtar Jibril says, "You are on your own." And Kayode Temitayo says, "Abeg, tweet something else. Nigerians need hope." But what exactly does the statement say? On behalf of the federal government, President Buhari offers deepest condolences to Cuban President Raul Castro and the people of Cuba on the passing early Saturday of the legendary leader who passionately served his people for almost half a century. The president assures of the sympathy and solidarity of all Nigerians as Cubans mourn the exit of this remarkable leader who, against all odds, steered on common developments in sports, education and healthcare sectors of his nation, even to the benefit of other nations. But of course, it will be expected that Africans will be on Castro's side, especially because of all the great things he did in Africa. We'll go on a break, and when we return, movie premieres. Hottest events this weekend was the premiere of the movie The Wedding Party. Of course, pictures flooded Instagram and Twitter. Take a look at some of the pictures of the stars and crew who were at the event. Another much talked about movie made its debut at the cinemas over the weekend, with actor Ramsey Noah surprising fans at the cinemas in Lagos and Abuja.
The picture quality. I love taking back to the 60s. I like the settings, the oldings, and I like his characters.
Those are definitely movies I would like to see. Anyways, Turn Down to Turn Up trended on Sunday. I mean, this is one of those hashtags that you never really know how they start. Anyway, let's take a look at these. Okbayemi tweets, turn down the self-hate. Black is such a beautiful color. Turn down to turn up. I guess he's speaking to those who might be tempted to get, bleaching cream. And at Just Dare Zeal says, if only this dollar can turn down small, make man fit turn up for Yankee this festive period. Okay. Hashtag turn down to turn up. At Oluyemi91 says, December. Certified turn up month of the year. And as Banky W says, time to turn down best man duties now that I've done the wedding party. Hashtag turn down to turn up. Of course, he's talking about the movie The Wedding Party. And Techno Official says this December, turning down commercial flights, turning up private jets. Some of us would like to be in his shoes. And at Omo Alabga says, turn down smoking cigarettes, turn up healthy lifestyle. And let's take this final one from at James_Ademuyiwa, who says, turn down Trump, turn up Hillary. Who run the world? Girls. Hashtag turn down to turn up.
Overwhelming 87% of 61 voters said yes.
And now, technology news. Kwara State Government has unveiled a computer village in Ilorin to boost job creation and entrepreneurship development. Called Harmony Hub, the edifice will sit on 4,600 square meters of land and will employ about 600 youths, apart from the hundreds of indirect jobs that will be created in the process of its construction. According to Governor Abdul Fattah Ahmed, the computer village, which is estimated to cost 500 million naira, will be funded through contractor financing as well as pre-sales or off-taker arrangements. He pointed out that Nigeria's ICT sector is reputed as the largest in Africa, with $18 billion investment and 28% internet penetration as of 2013. The computer village would host a cluster of high-tech businesses and information technology-related businesses that will enable the state to serve as a hub in ICT. And now our tech tip of today: how to spot a phishing scam.
Free tickets to see your favorite football team play live. Best day ever. So you booked flights, made room reservations, and planned your trip. You got to your destination without a hitch, dropped off all your stuff at the hotel, and got on with your big plans. Opening day came. You're ready to cheer your heart out, only to find that there's no ticket waiting for you at the gates. You argued, begged, tried your best to get in. Thinking back, you realized you've been had. And no matter what you do or say, you just can't win. I thought the contest was real. Why did I even click that link? It sounded so real. Who am I kidding? It was so unbelievable. I just gave my personal details to fraudsters. I didn't even stop to check. Why didn't I realize it was a sham? How could I have fallen for a scam? Cyber criminals know how to get what they want. They'll set up traps that are sure to lure you in. They use big events, holidays, news, or anything that'll get your attention as bait. They'll send out spam with links to sites that promise cool videos, cheap or even free tickets, merchandise, memorabilia, the latest news and updates, huge discounts, and the biggest winnings if you're the betting kind. They'll use every tool imaginable, including social media. They'll promise you the world in exchange for your information. You'd be lucky if all you end up on are annoying survey pages. But what if you land on malware-laden sites? You won't only end up with infected devices, you stand to lose more. Data you hold dear, like credit card details, are likely to land in the wrong hands. If that happens, you're just a step away from getting your identity stolen. All hope's not lost though. You can still enjoy your favorite games without becoming the next scam victim. Think before you click.
And that's it on this edition of Hashtag. Thank you so much for staying with us. I am Korede. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter. Our handle is at PTV hashtag. Follow me as well. My handle is at I am Korede. I'll see you next week. Bye. And that's it on this edition of Hashtag. Thank you so much for staying with us. I am Korede. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter. Our handle is at PTV hashtag. Follow me as well. My handle is at I am Korede. I'll see you next week. Bye.